Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, I want to do a quick video here. This is a correction video. I made a mistake on two separate lessons. I want to correct those. All right, so and I think the title of this is going to be called Two Corrections. Very plainly and simply, two corrections. So the first correction I'm going to make is going to be from the video I did last night. The video was entitled Lukewarm and Withered Branches Will Pop Up Looking for Sympathy and Mercy. All right, and in the portion of the video, and there's also hashtag GRACE144, hashtag Karath Israel. So dealing with the dude GRACE144, I made a statement, oh my gosh, in the video. See if we can't find it here. I made a statement in the video where I said the individual was never in GMS. That was wrong. The brother was in GMS. All right. He was part of the Charlotte camp, which I did not know that. Let's see if we can go to it and find it here. Yeah, it's right about this time here. I want to play the sound bite for you, and then I'll show you the proof. All right. Listen in. Out of Pompano, Florida. And brothers noticed that he hadn't been on the highways and hedges in like 6 months. And his videos again. So, you know, and you see that between there. Before that, he starts with you brothers perfect in your minds. I just pray Yahweh shall deliver me, and I'm going to keep repenting. But until you guys not going to say no names, but I've been in your camp. You was never in our camps. You was never in Charlotte. You was never in either one of the South Carolina camps. All right, you ain't never been in GMS. You just was a brother that was an affiliate. All right, so that was incorrect. All right, because the brothers from Charlotte, you know, they told me. From my knowledge, I had never seen the brother, and I didn't know he was in the Charlotte camp. But he was in the GMS Charlotte camp for a period of time. All right, so I want to retract that statement and put out the correct understanding. So the guy, Pompano, GRACE144, Pompano was part of the Charlotte camp. Let's find the proof of that. All right, let's go to right here. This is GMS All Precepts, which is the brother Ishayar from GMS Charlotte. He says he was a part of the Charlotte camp, but he left and bounced to Florida and stopped teaching and popped back up. All right, so I told the brother I would make a correction. I said, and the brother Amawan, GMS Shining Light, told me about it as well. And I said, Kun, Amawan I meant to say told me. You can make that now. I will make a correction. Make a correction to water. All right, watch Shalom. And I got to go back and fix that comment because it's, you know, auto spill messed it up. So that brother again, to the dude about the guy, GRACE144 Pompano, he was in the Charlotte camp. All right, so he did used to be a part of the GMS. And I did not know that. So, you know, that's on me, though. All right, Salakia brothers and sisters out there. Just want to correct that. All right, now I want to move on. Let's get rid of that. There was another correction that I wanted to make. This is from the video. Bishop Nate, Esau will be destroyed after 1,000 years. Hashtag IUIC. So I want to play the portion of the video where I made the mistake, where I went off, and I'm going to correct that. All right, so just listen in here. I'm wrong with that. It's not Ezekiel 38:39. They got that wrong. Okay, they got that part wrong. They put that precept in there. It says Satan freed doomed. This jumps back to the Revelation 20 and verse 3. That's where it jumps back to. Back to the is speaking of what? The dark ages right here. When the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. That happened in the Renaissance. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, Russia and the land of Russia, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. And that's going to happen when? I believe after Babylon the Great is destroyed, then city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. And that's going to happen when? I believe after Babylon the Great is destroyed, then these devils are going to go and they're going to try to take over the Holy Land. Apostle Ramblau was just going into it in his lesson earlier. All right, so that was incorrect as well. All right, so that verse, we can actually go look at it. That verse out of Revelation 20, that's speaking of around the same time when Babylon the Great is destroyed as well. All right. So these devils, the Russians, they're gonna try to attack the Holy Land, and they're gonna also destroy America, Babylon the Great. Because once Yahushua and the angels come back, they're gonna also eliminate, the Russian army as well. All right. So that's during that time. That's during that time. Because, in Ezekiel 38, I think it says, I will leave but a sixth part of thee. Let me see if I can get that. Just bear with me here. A sixth. If I got it right, let's see here. No, I don't know. I don't know where it is. Part of the. Just bear with me here, brothers. But in any event, that was wrong. All right, because it's not going to be after America, Babylon the Great is destroyed. Right, Yahushua comes back and he ends World War III. And I can't even find what I wanted. Let's see if we can go to Ezekiel 39. Excuse me. It's either in 39 or 38. Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, it just didn't show. This is Ezekiel 39 and 1. Therefore, thou son of man, prophesy against Gog and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee, and I will cause thee to come up from the north parts, and will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel. And I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand, and will cause thine arrows to fall out of thy right hand. See that? So the Lord is going to destroy, the militaries of Russia as well. Just like with the rest, when the Lord comes back with the chariots, by that time, the Russians, they're going to try to, as we know, the Holy Land's going to get hit, and Babylon the Great is going to get hit with nuclear missiles. So it's not after Babylon the Great is destroyed. It's around about that same time. All right. So we can go back to Revelation. Was it 20? Because I said in the video that it's after Babylon the Great was destroyed. It's not afterwards. All right. It's around about that same time. I mean, we don't know exactly minute. We don't know if it's 5 minutes later or 3 minutes before, but it's around that same time. Revelation 20 and 9. We'll start at 8. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And this is all happening during the same time. Just like now, you got, those three unclean spirits in Revelation 16 gathering all nations to go into Armageddon. They're doing it, manipulating economies, religions, and militaries to gather them to fight for that great world war. That's in Revelation 16. See if we can go there right now. Revelation. And we'll finish reading this first, then we'll go there. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. Okay? So that's what's going to happen. The Lord is going to, through the chariots or whatever other means, they're going to be destroyed. And Babylon the Great is also going to be destroyed. And as the apostles have said time and again, the Holy Land is going to get hit with nuclear destruction, so is Babylon the Great. All right, but the Holy Land is going to be built back up through our slaves, to other nations. Now, what was the other scripture I want to get? Doggone it. Now I can't even remember. But anyway, Babylon the Great, yeah, like I said, is going to be destroyed. Now, I went off on that when I said that Babylon the Great was going to, after the destruction of Babylon, these devils are going to try to come against the Holy Land. That was incorrect. So this is the correction for both of those things where I went off. If I remember that other scripture I wanted to grab, I will get it, but for now I'm going to read this. This is Ecclesiasticus 19 and verse 16. It says, there is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. And who is he that hath not offended with his tongue? So, Lord willing, you got the correct understanding now, and it bothered me ever since I heard, like this last night when I made the video and the brother came on there and told me about the Pompano, Florida dude. I had to work. I was at work all day today, and I, couldn't make a video to correct it. And I had told myself as soon as I got the opportunity to correct it that I would. And then I think a day ago I was listening back to the video about Bishop Nate, and I realized I had made a mistake. When I said I believe that was after Babylon the Great is destroyed, that's incorrect. So, Lord willing, you got the understanding, and it's corrected now. And that's it. So, Salakia on that. A lot of times sometimes you get a little mixed up and tangled up with prophecy, but I knew I was wrong on that, so I had to fix it. From listening to the apostles' videos and other brothers. All right, so the dude Pompano, Florida, he was formerly part of GMS Charlotte, as we already mentioned to you. Corrected that. All right, when I said he was never part of GMS, that was wrong. And that's just something I, really just overlooked, didn't know. And then also, when the Russians come up against the Holy Land, that's before or around about the same time as Babylon the Great is destroyed, not after. All right. So that's it. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.